Hi, Todd Warren here in the Forecast Center with a look at our weather week ahead. And of course, lots to talk about here for the next couple of days as we do have the threat for some ice tonight, followed by the threat for some flood producing rainfall Wednesday night into Thursday. So, right now, early this Tuesday afternoon, the main concentration of the rain and some freezing rain over the northern sections of the Arklatex here. Rain much more scattered and light over the southern sections of the area. The key to watch, as I mentioned yesterday, is going to be the temperature. Right now, most of the area is still above freezing. 35 in Texarkana, 39 right now in Shreveport. You can see it's 34 in DeQueen. And really, the icing that we've seen has been confined to the northwestern sections of the Arklatex. And we're starting to get some reports here in Hempstead and Nevada County of a little bit of ice occurring on elevated surfaces. And we will see these areas gradually shift to the southwest and basically the southeast and southwest, kind of closing in on Texarkana, with Texarkana probably approaching freezing sometime during the evening hours. If we see freezing tonight in Shreveport, it will be late tonight into the early morning hours tomorrow. So here's a look at Robin's Toyota Futurecast, and as this loops, you'll see the areas of pink. That's where the model thinks some freezing rain will be possible, and you can see it does show a possibility of some south of Shreveport here as soon as this evening. And notice during the night tonight, most of the precipitation should be light and somewhat scattered. And as we go through the day tomorrow, we'll start to warm up, and by say 10 o'clock in the morning, most of the area should see the temperature above freezing. So that's when we will transition back to all rain, and that rain will increase during the afternoon. We'll see pockets of heavy rain across much of the Arklatex tomorrow night into Thursday morning, and then Thursday the rain will shift more towards the east. It will eventually move out, and then we might see a few scattered showers skirt across the area Thursday evening before the clouds begin to move out Thursday night. Again, in the wake of the ice situation, flooding could become a concern. We do have a flood watch in effect for all of the Arklatex. This is what we're looking at as far as additional rainfall potential. And again, it does look like a good solid 2 additional inches possible over East Texas and Northwest Louisiana. We do have flood warnings for Cross Lake and Wallace Lake, as well as Lake Bistineau. Last count, 177, the expected crest late this weekend on Cross Lake. I believe 156 at last count that I've seen at Wallace Lake. So it gives you an idea of how much more those lakes could rise, and 143 for the expected crest at Lake Bistineau. Let's get back to the ice, and you can see we do have the winter weather advisory and the winter storm warning that is in effect across the area. The advisory, where the ice accumulations will be somewhat lighter, does extend down to Shreveport now. These areas of pink will be the area where the accumulation could exceed a 1/4 of an inch, and that's when we start to see a few more issues with power, and those include these areas that are highlighted in pink. I would not be shocked to see Columbia County and perhaps even Lafayette County added to pink here before it's all said and done. As far as the ice, how much, or at least what are the chances of seeing ice anywhere across the Arklatex? That chance looking very low, as you might expect, over the southern sections of the Arklatex. Again, still somewhat low in Shreveport, around 20-30% as far as our chances of seeing some freezing rain. And if we do see some here, it'll be very late tonight into the early morning hours tomorrow. And I think it should be somewhat scattered and confined to elevated surfaces. Icing looking likely in northeast Texas, southwest Arkansas, as well as in McCurtain County. That leads us to the next question. How much ice could we see? This is the latest outlook from the Weather Prediction Center, and it does show this area of gray, which should be green, a darker green. That's where we could see that amount of, say, 1/4 to maybe 4/10 of an inch of ice accumulation, with the heaviest totals here from western McCurtain County down towards Mount Pleasant. And again, further to the south, again, a little bit of ice possible along the I-20 corridor. So that being said, let's take a look at your forecast for tonight, as we will see rain for most of the area for most of the night. But as we get into the late night hours, that threat of freezing rain will shift a little bit more to the south, perhaps as far south as Interstate 20. We'll see a low temperature in Shreveport right around 32, 33, 31 degrees in Texarkana, and you can see some 20s from Magnolia, Hope, DeQueen, Idabel, 30 tonight in Mount Pleasant. Those are the areas where the freezing rain accumulation will be a bit higher. Tomorrow, I expect to see a little bit of a warm up, but not much, as we'll see highs warming into the mid to upper 30s pretty much area wide, as we will transition to all rain, and that rain will increase in intensity late in the day. 10-day forecast shows that we will see the heavy rain continue into Thursday. Temperatures Thursday should return to the 40s. We'll see the return of some sunshine as we close the work week Friday, and a nice warming trend sets up as we'll return to the 50s Friday and Saturday, probably back up into the low to middle 60s, perhaps as soon as Saturday and Sunday, mid to upper 60s for Monday, and you can see we stay in the 60s all of next week with another chance for some potentially heavy rain as we go through the middle part of next week. So as I mentioned, lots to talk about here as far as our weather for the next few days, as we'll see the possibility for some freezing rain, which could be a decent amount over the northeastern and northwestern edges of the area, and then we'll transition to a heavy rain threat as we go through late Wednesday night into Thursday.